On the campaign trail yesterday, Donald Trump gave what was billed as an economic speech. Anytime a speech of Trump's is billed as being about policy, you know it's going to go off the rails. And indeed it did. This speech was in Savannah, Georgia. And at a certain point in the speech, Donald Trump wandered around on the stage, hugging the air, pretending to be hugging a chart that he likes. This is not a man who is doing well. And if Joe Biden were to do this, it would be a week of programming on Fox News about cognitive decline and the need to impose the 25th Amendment on him.
In history, right? I have a chart that's my all-time favorite. I love that. Is it around? Is it around?
Extraordinarily bizarre behavior.
Love that chart.
And you know what? Maybe people are being too hard on Trump. I once became enamored of a PowerPoint presentation I made. And so I get it. This is bizarre, nutty behavior. And Trump couldn't seem to keep his brain clear to even say the most basic things. Trump, despite the fact that he claims he will lower taxes, claimed he delivered the biggest tax increases in history. What?
We did so much. We gave you before the biggest tax hikes in the history of our country and the greatest regulatory cuts in the.
We gave you the biggest tax hikes in the history of our country. And it's Biden who they say is having the cognitive issue. There were glitches, including Trump talking about stopping her country, distorics, and then moving on.
And we must stop her country destroying. This is a country.
That throat pop he does when the shoulders glitch. It's, my 2-year-old daughter, she's gotten into doing that. Trump seems to be doing the exact same thing. Moments after this, Trump claims that it's Kamala Harris who has the real cognitive problem, which is wild because there seems to be zero cognitive issue with Kamala Harris.
These people, we have to get back to a country again. We have to be respected. They laugh at us all over the world. They're laughing at us. And you know what they're really laughing at? Kamala, because they can't believe that she's going to be president. They can't believe. You talk about cognitive problems. She's got bigger cognitive problems than he has, in my opinion. This is how we're going to end the era of inflation and mayhem, misery.
I love how Trump drops in a complete non sequitur that is not based in anything. Kamala's got the biggest cognitive problems. And then he goes right back to the teleprompter speech about inflation like that, like it's a completely reasonable transition. It's bizarre. It's jarring. And it doesn't exactly telegraph stability when you think about Trump in high stakes situations. Trump also yesterday went as close to overtly pro-Putin as I have seen him get lately. Usually when it comes to Russian President Vladimir Putin, Trump will kind of tiptoe around the praise. But this is pretty close to just pro-Putin. It's sort of disturbing to hear.
Biden and Kamala got us into this war in Ukraine, and now they can't get us out. They can't get us out. I watched him. We will win. We will. He's been saying that for 3 years. Every time Zelensky comes to the United States, he walks away with $100 billion. I think he's the greatest salesman on earth. But we're stuck in that war unless I'm president. I'll get it done. I'll get it negotiated. I'll get out. We got to get out. Biden says, we will not leave until we win. What happens if they win? That's what they do, is they fight wars. As somebody told me the other day, they beat Hitler. They beat Napoleon. That's what they do. They fight. And it's not pleasant. But, we've given them close to $300 billion.
So if you can unravel the word salad that was there, what Trump is saying is, hey, you know what? Russia participated in defeating Hitler. So Russia can't be that bad, right? And of course, it's a child's understanding of geopolitics, ignoring the kind of uncontroversial reality that global alliances can change over time. Priorities can change over time. The Cold War, Russia's involvement with Afghanistan and North Korea, and global alliances change. But yet Trump's kind of like, I don't know why they say Russia's so bad and Putin's so bad, because Russia was on our side in World War II. And it's very difficult to have substantive conversations with someone who has such an immature view of geopolitics. And it's fine to have an immature view of geopolitics. You just shouldn't be president of the United States. Trump did go back to this whole black jobs and Hispanic jobs thing, really going through all of the different hits.
Out of all the jobs that were created, most of those jobs went to illegal migrants. You know that. It didn't go to Americans. And what's happening with the people pouring into our country is they are killing the jobs of the black population and the Hispanic population. They're taking their jobs. Out of all the jobs.
Yeah. I don't think that this is helping him to convince non-white voters to flock to him on November 5th. We're definitely not seeing any evidence that that's working. Despite economists left and right agreeing that Trump's tariff proposal would be inflationary for the reasons we outlined in more detail at the top of the show, Trump brags about his tariff plan.
And by the way, for years they knocked the word tariff, properly used, is a beautiful word. One of the most beautiful words I've ever heard. It's music to my ears. A lot of bad people didn't like that word, but now they're finding out I was right.
Yeah. Economists agree it's a very, very bad idea. At one point in his cognitive wisdom, Trump insists that his head or brain is like a muscle.
It's not muscle. It's all right there. That's a muscle too, they say.
Yeah. And then in a final disjointed moment, Trump says it's really hard for him to get good sleep because he has so many great ideas in his brain, rattling around in there.
I find it very hard to sleep. I get so many ideas. I'm thinking all the time. This guy just goes out. Lies down, goes out. Pictures of him. It's pretty sad when you think about it, right? We laugh, but it's sad.
Yeah. Stimulants also famously make it difficult to fall asleep at night. Just a note. So Trump's economic speech, a speech about economic policy, supposedly billed that way, mostly Trump using the same sorts of ad hominems against his political opponents that he's been using for a while. And as far as policy goes, promising only the very tariffs that economists on both sides of the political spectrum insist will cause inflation to the tune of $3,900 a year for the average family. Not inspiring confidence in Trump's economic plan, that's for sure. Did you know that Americans pay twice as much for their wine as the rest of the world? The reason is because of laws that date back to Prohibition that ensure the right of wholesalers to make a big margin. It's actually insane, which is why I love our sponsor, Naked Wines, so much. Naked Wines is a subscription service that seamlessly connects you to the finest independent winemakers on the planet, so you get a case of the market's best quality wines, however often you'd like, for a fraction of the price you'd normally pay in stores. How does Naked Wines do it? Naked Wines connects winemakers and wine drinkers directly without the middleman, allowing for vineyard to your door delivery at up to 60% off of what you would pay in store. My girlfriend likes white wine. I like red. We'll split a case that has both, which Naked Wines makes very easy to do. You can customize your subscription precisely to your taste. So go to nakedwines.com/Pacman, click enter voucher in the top right, and enter Pacman for both the code and the password to get 6 bottles for just $29.99 with shipping included. That's $100 off and under $7 per bottle. The link is down below.